Good evening, folks. This is Diamond from the Oppenheimer Ranch Project on Thursday, November 9th, 11:10 p.m. Mountain Time, 2017. Giving you a grand solar minimum update. Severe storm sweeps through New Zealand, causing major power outages. Got a lot of subscribers in New Zealand sending me direct info on how there was no summer in New Zealand. It's been winter the whole time. A severe storm swept through New Zealand late Tuesday into Wednesday, November 8th, leaving much of the South Island without power. Wind gusts to 95 miles per hour, maximum hourly rainfall of 1.2 inches per hour, and snow was reported at low elevations. The storm front moved through the upper west coast of South Island and to some extent to the east coast down North Canterbury between midnight 3:30 local, hitting the region with powerful winds, heavy rain, and snow. The strongest wind gust was recorded at Wellington at 95 miles per hour, at Mount Kaukau. A group of campers on a waterfront reserve area in Maupu Bay, Ruby Bay area, were given help to evacuate. Crazy stuff. Look at the snow. It's coming from the Met Service. Kingston, Otago. Heads up. Snow in the summer. London to see record-breaking cold temperatures Friday, but winter isn't here just yet. Yes, we know that. It's only November 9th. Londoners may be waking up to record-breaking cold temperatures Friday morning, with much of southwestern Ontario already under snow squall warning. Environment Canada issued warning Thursday afternoon for London and Middlesex County, with the possibility of snow accumulation for 15 to 20 centimeters by Friday morning and into the weekend. Meteorologist Jeff Cousin said Londoners should also bundle up, as the weather agency is forecasting Friday morning temperatures at minus 8°C, which could break the record set in 1973. Guys, here's what's happening in the northeast of the U.S. Arctic shot early in the weekend. Look at this GIF. Totally amazing. Thanks, Alex Wallace. My peeps in the northeast, don't worry. You will not be left out of the cold weather party. Let's talk about the cold weather party. Chicago weather. It's not winter yet, but near record lows. Lake effect snow on tap. Look at this. 0.000000000. Those are snow measurements, by the way. That's a point. Anyone who thinks it's cold outside Thursday afternoon is likely in for some temperature shock over the next several days, with a dusting of snow on tap. 45 in Chicago on noon Thursday, and temperatures may not get that high again until next Tuesday. Guys, it was 45 at noon, and it will not get that high again until next Tuesday. Good luck, Chicago. Take a look at the temperatures up here in the northeast. This is Saturday morning. 14, 16, 15, 14, 11, 10, 18, 12, 21 on the coast of Jersey. Let's talk about why this is happening. Grand solar minimum much? Polar vortex is what they call it these days. By tomorrow morning, the actual temperatures could be below zero in parts of northern Minnesota, with lower teens in the Twin Cities, near 20 in Chicago. These are 15 degrees below normal. Minus 20 in Halleck. Hello. Cold blast. Here's Friday. 12 in Minneapolis, 20 in Chicago, 27 Cincinnati, 20 Buffalo. Well, we know about Buffalo. Not so in the northeast, where records could definitely fall Saturday morning. The cold air swings east Thursday night into Friday morning, with record low temperatures possibly Saturday morning in D.C., New York City, and Boston. Boom! Saranac Lake, 3. Boston, 22. That's a fall temperature. New York City, 24. Woo! D.C., 26. That's going to be about 25 in Philly. Chilly in Philly. Ho ho! I made it funny. At least 4 dead, 18 missing after a major mud flow hit Cortino, Colombia. Lots of pictures here. Devastating mud flow swept through Colombia town of Cortino Tuesday, killing 4, leaving 18 others missing. Total of 29 people injured, 22 houses destroyed. This mud flow struck the mountainous town after the La Parra River burst its banks and sent mud branches, boulders through the center of Cortino. It was raining 5.9 inches. Man, look at that. What is that stuff? Del ojo no tempo. That doesn't look no good, though. Wow, talk about a mud bath. That's good for the skin, I hear. Tropical storm Haiku Solome forms over Philippines, alerts issued. Now, this is a heads up, guys. Here's the storm track. Tropical storm Haiku, known in the Philippines as Solome, formed at 1500 UTC November 9th while traversing Batangas, Cavite area in the Philippines. Picasso reports this storm is heavy rain producer and residents are advised to be alert against possible flash floods and landslides. It's expected to strengthen into a typhoon while moving towards Hainan, China. I'll tell you what, it's going to strengthen because if we come over here to spaceweathernews.com, you guys know if you've been watching that we've been in geomagnetic storm for the last few days. So the KP has come down into K4, but I was just looking here. The solar wind has gone back up. So this might cause more perturbations in the K, providing more energy for that storm. This energy is still in the storm. That's a heads up. The storm may strengthen beyond what they're predicting. So we're going to watch Salome and see what it does here. Could be devastating for China. Quick volcano report. A lot going on today. Worldwide report here. Suwanos Hima exploded. Volcanic ash advisory in Tokyo. Fuego. Colima. Popocatépetl. Samankaya. All advisories. I will leave you links to everything as usual. Guys, let's talk about solutions. Before we get to solutions, let's discuss two terms that I think everyone watching this channel need to know about. And that's food security and food self-sufficiency. What they are and what the difference is. Now, food security is defined as the access for all people at all times to enough food for health, active life. That means that the food security includes nutrition. So this has to be, food security is defined as access for all people to enough nutrition. In contrast, food self-sufficiency is defined as being able to meet consumption needs, particularly staple crop foods, from one's own production rather than buying or importing. Now, food security as well as food self-sufficiency are going to be very important moving into the grand solar minimum. Because if we just come over here, the Florida orange crop continues a downward spiral. So even after it got clobbered with weather this year, Hurricane Irma et al., these trees are not recovering. The soil is saturated. There's all kind of toxins. So the crop is down another 7.4%. This is going to continue to increase. So food security is already on the decline. The nutrition in this year's grain crop worldwide, the protein content, I've been speaking to people at the co-ops locally here, and they talk to people all around. And some of our subscribers, we've been discussing the protein content in wheat. It's dropping globally. It's already begun. So the nutritional value has been dropping for years in foods. This is going to continue to decrease. So we are already food insecure worldwide, and no one is food self-sufficient. I'm going to say 98% of you are screwed. Or are you? Are there things you can be doing right now? Steps you can be taking, even if you live in a tiny apartment. Guys, it's going into winter solstice. The sun's getting lower on the horizon. You're going to notice that the sun comes in some windows in your house that you don't notice in the summertime. If you have a south-facing window, it's perfect for a 12-pocket indoor waterproof vertical living wall planter. Now, Delectable Garden Shop has some affordable, amazing stuff that you guys can buy. If you don't have the money, you can borrow it. It's 40 bucks. And right now on Amazon, there's free shipping for this sucker. It's a 12-pocket vertical living green wall planter. It's waterproof. They're bags. These little black bags, mesh bags. completely waterproof, lightweight, non-toxic. It's made from 100% recycled PET plastic bottles, so it's slightly sustainable. Now, these pocket gardens are awesome because you can move them around. They're light. They don't require much soil. One bag of potting soil for $3. You fill all these pockets. You can be growing herbs. You can be growing lettuces. Look at what he's got in here. This is basil, chives, a parsley, rosemary, parsley, sage, rosemary, and thyme. And by having one of these in your house or your kitchen facing the sun, if you have the opportunity, if you don't, you can build a structure. And that's what they did here. They built a little thingy. See it right there? And just roll it around, put some casters on it, put it by the window so you can roll it into the kitchen. You can roll your food around the house. Think about this. For $40, plus some soil. Delectable Garden is the company. They get good ratings, 90%, which means people are having success with these in their house. So a lot of times, a lot of supermarkets will have for $4, like the basil that's alive or whatever. You can keep it alive in your house and just use half of it. You don't need all that. Better yet, for just a few pennies per plant, you can be planting your own lettuces and greens in here. If you have enough light, this could be filled with dozens of different lettuces, brassicas, kales, mustards. Think about the possibility. It doesn't cost a lot to get started, $40. I have nothing to do with this. I just did a quick research and found this company, and they're awesome. You could even make something like this. Put it right in your house if you don't have the money. You know, make some shelves. Put some little plastic containers from your empty mayonnaise jars or whatever. Fill it with dirt from outside. Put some seeds in it, and you're good to go. But the key to growing good food is having good soil, so make sure you start with good soil. It has to be 1/3 organic material, 1/3 water retention, 1/3 drainage. You just buy regular potting soil and you'll be successful. So this 12-pocket indoor gardening system is really the way to go so that you can really get started in experimenting. They have this, look, it looks like it's pretty low light in this kitchen. There are certain herbs and plants that grow in low light. Unfortunately, these ivies aren't that edible. It's more for just look. But if you have a high light area, you could be banging out 12 different food crops in your kitchen right now. Learning, growing, onward and upward. It's completely waterproof. It even catches runoff. I highly recommend it. Guys, I hope you got something out of the video. Some things to think about. It doesn't cost much to get started. You don't have to have property. All you need is a south-facing wall near a window in the winter. Any question, leave it in the comments box. We launched a Patreon page. I want to thank all of our Patreon supporters for the work we're doing. Guys, if you come over to the Patreon page and get involved, you can get free access to our greenhouse designs. You can also get free access to the ranch. If you get involved at the team member, you get access to our organic treatment-free honey. I think we're one of the very few non-medicated honeys in North America. I was only able to find non-medicated honey one other place in Canada. We have no medication on our bees. And whoever eats our honey says it's medicinal and delicious. So, take a look at our Patreon page. Resistance is fertile. Be safe, everyone.